If you're over 65 and your legs feel weaker with each passing year, if standing from a chair feels harder than it used to, or climbing stairs leaves you winded, you're not imagining things. And worse, you're not alone. Loss of leg strength is now one of the leading reasons older adults lose their freedom, mobility, and independence. Every year, millions of seniors are sidelined by a slow, silent enemy, muscle loss triggered by the very foods they trust to nourish them. And here's the jaw-dropping truth. As a recent study from the National Institute on Aging found that over 45% of seniors suffer from preventable muscle decline simply because of poor nutrition. This isn't genetics. It isn't fate. It's fixable. That's why Arnold Schwarzenegger, yes, the Terminator himself, is speaking out. At 75 years old, Arnold isn't just staying active. He's stronger than most men half his age. And he credits that not to supplements or superpowers, but to what he puts on his plate, and more importantly, what he avoids. Today, Arnold's revealing the 7 everyday foods that quietly sabotage your leg strength, disrupt muscle function, and accelerate aging. He follows this exact list himself, and he's sharing it with us at the Wellness Vault so you can stay strong, active, and independent well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now we want to hear from you. What's one activity that's recently become harder for you? Walking the dog, grocery shopping, or just standing up from the couch? Drop it in the comments below. Your story might help someone else feel seen. And if you're ready to age like Arnold, with strength, vitality, and zero apologies, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the Wellness Vault. This is where science meets strength, and your best years begin now. Let's dive into the 7 foods that might be quietly destroying your leg strength, starting with 1 hiding in your fridge right now. Number 7 is diet soda. Arnold Schwarzenegger has one firm rule for healthy aging. If you can't pronounce the ingredients, don't drink it. And that's exactly why diet soda tops his list of foods quietly destroying leg strength after 65. Though it boasts 0 calories, diet soda contains a cocktail of artificial sweeteners and chemicals that wreak havoc on your metabolism, muscles, and mobility. Research from the Journal of Gerontology revealed that seniors who regularly consumed diet soda had significantly lower muscle mass and greater difficulty with mobility tasks like walking and standing. Scientists believe this is because artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose disrupt insulin sensitivity, alter gut bacteria, and trigger systemic inflammation, all of which contribute directly to muscle breakdown, especially in the legs. Arnold refers to diet soda as the chemical crutch. He says, you're not saving calories, you're trading strength for convenience. And the problem doesn't stop with muscles. Diet sodas often contain phosphoric acid, which can leach calcium from your bones, weakening your entire lower body and increasing your risk of fractures from minor falls. Another hidden danger? Cravings. Artificial sweeteners hijack your taste buds, making you more likely to overeat later in the day. And studies show that seniors who consume diet soda are actually more prone to weight gain and fat accumulation in the legs and midsection. This not only strains your joints, but makes everyday movement harder, stealing away your independence one step at a time. Arnold's solution is simple. Replace diet soda with hydration that helps you, not hurts you. He personally drinks carbonated mineral water with lemon or cucumber slices, and occasionally adds a splash of pomegranate juice for antioxidants. These options hydrate your muscles, support circulation, and fight the inflammation that diet sodas quietly cause. So the next time you reach for a can of diet soda, remember this: it's not just about calories, it's about capability. If you want strong legs in your 70s, stop drinking chemicals in your 60s, Arnold says. And coming from a man who built his legacy on powerful legs, that's advice worth following. Number 6 is white bread. Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't mince words. White bread is like eating glue for your muscles. It's one of the most common foods in senior diets, and one of the most damaging when it comes to preserving leg strength. The problem lies in how it's made. White bread is stripped of fiber, protein, and essential nutrients during processing, leaving behind empty carbohydrates that spike blood sugar and promote inflammation. This constant roller coaster of high and low blood sugar weakens your muscles over time. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who consumed diets high in refined grains, like white bread, had a significantly higher risk of developing sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength, And because leg muscles are the largest and most used group in the body, they're often hit hardest. Arnold explains that this kind of inflammation doesn't just slow you down, it silently eats away at your mobility. You think it's just bread, but it's sabotaging your strength from the inside, he says. The problem worsens if you're pairing white bread with processed meats or sugary spreads, turning your sandwich into a muscle-destroying meal. Another major concern is nutrient deficiency. White bread lacks key minerals like magnesium and B vitamins, nutrients essential for muscle contraction, energy production, and recovery. Without them, your muscles can't perform or repair properly, leading to fatigue, cramps, and eventual weakness. And with repeated exposure, your leg strength can decline faster than you'd expect. So, what does Arnold eat instead? Sprouted grain bread, rye, or even a slice of dense whole wheat. Those are real foods, he says. These options are rich in fiber, protein, and micronutrients that fuel your muscles rather than deplete them. They also have a lower glycemic index, which helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation long term. If you've been eating white bread for decades, don't panic. Arnold believes in progress, not perfection. Start by swapping just one slice a day with a better alternative. Your legs and your overall energy will thank you. Every choice adds up, he says, and choosing strength starts at the grocery store. Number 5 is processed deli meats. Processed deli meats like ham, salami, bologna, and roast beef may seem like convenient protein sources, but for seniors over 65, they can quietly accelerate muscle loss, especially in the legs. These meats are often loaded with preservatives, sodium nitrates, and inflammatory compounds that contribute to poor circulation, increased oxidative stress, and impaired muscle function. As we age, maintaining strong leg muscles depends heavily on efficient blood flow and nutrient delivery. Processed meats interfere with both. Studies have shown that high nitrate intake can damage the lining of blood vessels, reducing oxygen supply to the muscles, particularly in the lower body where circulation is already naturally challenged in older adults. This can lead to feelings of heaviness, fatigue, or even cramping in the legs during simple activities like walking or climbing stairs. Beyond circulation, processed meats tend to be low in quality protein compared to fresh, whole cuts of meat. This matters because aging bodies become less efficient at using protein to rebuild and maintain muscle. When the protein is combined with additives and unhealthy fats, the benefits become even more diluted, providing energy without real muscular support. Over time, this imbalance contributes to sarcopenia and frailty. Another red flag is sodium content. Just 2 slices of deli meat can contain over 500 milligrams of sodium, which is nearly a quarter of the daily recommended amount for seniors. Excess sodium leads to water retention, swelling, and increased blood pressure, all of which place extra strain on your muscles and joints, especially in the legs and feet. This can reduce your range of motion and make daily movement feel more taxing. There's also an emerging link between regular consumption of processed meats and higher levels of chronic inflammation, which is a known driver of muscle atrophy in older adults. Chronic inflammation interferes with muscle recovery, increases the risk of insulin resistance, and disrupts hormone balance, all of which are crucial factors in preserving leg strength as you age. Instead of relying on pre-packaged deli slices, choose whole food protein sources like grilled chicken, roasted turkey breast, or plant-based alternatives like tempeh or legumes. These options not only provide high-quality protein, but also supply important vitamins and minerals that support strong, functional muscles. A simple change in your sandwich ingredients could mean the difference between long-term mobility and slow decline. Number 4 is sugary breakfast cereals. For many people over 65, starting the day with a bowl of cereal is a lifelong habit. But if that cereal is sugary and highly processed, think Frosted Flakes, Honey Clusters, or whole grain cereals loaded with hidden sweeteners, it could be undermining your leg strength day after day. These cereals might feel light and easy, but they offer little in the way of muscle support and a lot in terms of metabolic stress. When you consume sugar early in the day, it triggers a rapid spike in blood glucose followed by a crash. This roller coaster disrupts insulin function and starves your muscles of the steady energy they need for maintenance and repair. Over time, these repeated spikes contribute to insulin insulin resistance, one of the leading metabolic factors behind age-related muscle loss and reduced mobility in older adults. Arnold Schwarzenegger, known for his disciplined morning routines, has long warned against starting the day with dessert. He points out that sugary cereals provide calories without real nourishment. This not only sabotages energy and focus, but also weakens the muscle fibers responsible for stability and strength, particularly in the legs and hips where balance is most critical. Another concern is that sugary cereals are typically devoid of quality protein, fiber, and essential minerals like magnesium and potassium, nutrients that support muscle contraction, hydration, and cellular energy. Instead, they're packed with refined grains that are rapidly digested, creating inflammation that accelerates the breakdown of muscle tissue. The result? Less strength, more fatigue, and a higher risk of falls. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed high-sugar breakfasts had lower muscle mass and greater difficulty performing lower body strength tasks, such as standing from a seated position. The damage accumulates slowly but steadily, weakening leg function and increasing the likelihood of mobility issues over time. To protect your muscles and stay sharp throughout the day, switch to a protein-rich breakfast. Arnold often opts for steel-cut oats topped with chia seeds, nuts, and berries, a combination that fuels muscle repair, stabilizes blood sugar, and fights inflammation. It's a small shift that delivers a huge payoff in strength, focus, and long-term vitality. Number 3 is French fries. They're crispy, salty, and addictive. But if you're over 65, French fries might be slowly stealing your leg's strength. While potatoes themselves can be part of a healthy diet, the problem begins when they're deep-fried in inflammatory oils and loaded with sodium. The result is a food that promotes joint pain, muscle inflammation, and reduced circulation, a triple threat to your lower body strength. French fries are typically cooked in vegetable oils like soybean, corn, or canola oil. These oils are rich in omega-6 fatty acids, which, in excess, create an inflammatory environment in the body. For seniors already facing age-related inflammation and declining muscle repair, these oils add fuel to the fire. Chronic inflammation interferes with the way your muscles recover after activity, leading to stiffness, weakness, and a loss of mobility, especially in the legs, which bear most of your weight. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's no stranger to large meals from his bodybuilding days, now avoids fried foods entirely. As he's aged, he's focused more on inflammation control and recovery. "You can't train or stay mobile if you're inflamed," he said in his newsletters. This shift in thinking is what's allowed him to stay strong and active into his 70s, while many others his age struggle with even basic physical tasks. Another hidden danger of fries, they're often paired with high-sugar condiments like ketchup or eaten alongside burgers and soda, creating a metabolic storm of insulin spikes, free radical damage, and digestive strain. This not only drains your energy, but also prevents your muscles from getting the nutrients they need to maintain mass and function. Excess sodium is another culprit. Just one medium serving of fries can contain over 300 milligrams of sodium, and many seniors consume far more than that in a single meal. High sodium levels contribute to water retention, swelling in the legs and ankles, and increased blood pressure. This can restrict blood flow to the very muscles you need to stay mobile and independent. Arnold recommends replacing fries with baked or air-fried alternatives. Sweet potato wedges roasted in olive oil or carrot fries seasoned with herbs provide the same satisfying crunch without the inflammatory baggage. These swaps may seem small, but over time, they help protect your leg strength, balance, and confidence with every step. Number 2 is store-bought pastries. Store-bought pastries, like donuts, muffins, toaster strudels, and packaged coffee cakes, are deceptively dangerous for anyone over 65 trying to maintain muscle strength. While they may seem like a comforting treat with your morning coffee or an easy snack, they pack a devastating combination of refined sugars, processed flours, and trans fats that directly interfere with leg muscle function and repair. These ultra-processed carbs cause a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves you fatigued, inflamed, and nutrient-depleted. For aging adults, this pattern weakens insulin sensitivity, which is critical for maintaining muscle mass. Without healthy insulin function, your muscles, especially the large groups in your legs, struggle to absorb the amino acids and glucose needed to stay strong and energized. Pastries are also extremely low in essential nutrients like protein, fiber, magnesium, and B vitamins. Instead, they're filled with artificial additives and hydrogenated oils, which have been shown to increase levels of systemic inflammation. This kind of inflammation doesn't just affect your heart and joints. It breaks down muscle tissue over time and hinders the body's ability to repair after even light activity like walking or stretching. Arnold Schwarzenegger has emphasized that while indulgence is fine once in a while, consistent consumption of non-foods like pastries will erode your body's strength. In his own routine, he focuses on nutrient-dense snacks that fuel recovery and performance. For him, a sweet craving is better satisfied by Greek yogurt with berries and walnuts, not something from a plastic wrapper with a 3-month shelf life. Another overlooked issue with pastries is their impact on hormone regulation. The sugar and fat content can disrupt leptin and ghrelin, the hormones that tell you when you're full or hungry. As these hormones become dysregulated with age, it gets easier to overeat and harder to maintain lean muscle mass. The result? Less strength, slower metabolism, and a higher risk of falling or becoming dependent on assistance. If pastries are a habit, start by replacing them a few times a week with whole food alternatives that still feel like a treat. Arnold suggests overnight oats with cinnamon and apple slices, or protein pancakes made from almond flour. These swaps not only taste great, but support the muscle-building goals that become more crucial with every passing decade. Number 1 is vegetable oils topping. Arnold Schwarzenegger's list of leg strength killers is a surprising one. Vegetable oils. Common in most kitchens, oils like soybean, corn, cottonseed, and canola are marketed as heart-healthy and versatile. But for aging adults, they represent a silent threat. These highly processed oils are often hidden in salad dressings, sauces, fried foods, and even so-called healthy snacks. And they can quietly accelerate muscle degeneration through chronic inflammation. The problem isn't just that these oils are processed, it's the massive imbalance they create between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. While both are essential, the typical Western diet contains 10 to 20 times more omega-6s than omega-3s. This imbalance promotes systemic inflammation, which directly interferes with muscle recovery, increases joint pain, and weakens the structural proteins that support your leg muscles. Arnold has been outspoken about eliminating these oils from his diet. After decades in the fitness world, he's seen firsthand how inflammation can wreck performance and recovery. As he's aged, he's become even more cautious. Your food is either helping you build strength or it's tearing you down, he's said. For that reason, he chooses extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil for cooking and dressing salads. Studies back him up. Research from the Journal of Nutrition and Aging has linked high omega-6 intake to increased rates of sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and function. Inflammation from these oils also disrupts mitochondrial function, impairing your muscles' ability to produce energy. That means more fatigue, slower recovery, and a higher risk of losing independence with age. One of the most dangerous aspects of vegetable oils is how frequently they're reused in restaurants and processed food manufacturing. When heated repeatedly, they oxidize and form harmful compounds that damage muscle cells, stiffen blood vessels, and age your body at the cellular level. It's not just about what you cook at home. It's also about what you unknowingly consume when eating out or buying convenience foods. To protect your leg strength and overall vitality, follow Arnold's example and upgrade your fats. Choose oils that support your goals: olive oil, avocado oil, and even modest amounts of grass-fed butter. These fats fight inflammation, support hormone production, and help keep your muscles strong, responsive, and ready to carry you through the years ahead. Now you know the truth. 7 common foods that could be quietly destroying your leg strength, especially after age 65. We've uncovered how diet soda disrupts your metabolism, how white bread inflames your joints, and how processed deli meats cut off circulation to your lower body. We looked at sugary breakfast cereals that spike insulin, French fries that promote chronic inflammation, store-bought pastries that rob your muscles of nutrients, and vegetable oils that quietly accelerate aging from the inside out. These aren't rare or exotic foods. They're everyday items sitting in millions of kitchens right now, and that's what makes them so dangerous. But here's the good news. With this knowledge, you now have the power to protect your body, your independence, and your future. Every food choice you make from this point on is either fueling your strength or feeding your decline. Arnold Schwarzenegger has built his entire life around the belief that aging doesn't have to mean getting weaker. And this list reflects what he actually avoids to stay strong, mobile, and independent in his 70s. If it's good enough for him, it's a powerful roadmap for the rest of us too. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these foods shocked you the most? Are there any that you're going to cut out starting today? Or maybe you've already removed one and noticed a difference? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience could inspire someone else to take action. And if this video helped you see food in a whole new way, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Wellness Vault. We're here to bring you research-backed, expert-guided content to help you thrive as you age, not just survive. Thanks for watching, and remember, your second half can be your strongest yet. Choose strength, eat smart, and never stop moving forward. We'll see you in the next one.